We can probably do that one for a minute. All right. Should animals be used for testing?
That's a rough one.
Animals used for testing. Well, it depends on what kind of animal and what kind of testing you're doing.
Right.
Because first of all, there is only a few animals out there in this world that actually have feelings and are a sentient being. First of all,
Mice, pig, and monkeys. Them are the only ones that they really testing on that are gonna be transferred to humans. Mice, pigs, and monkeys. And man,
oh, that's not true.
most of it.
They test like makeup and shit on other animals.
Makeup.
Right.
I
Well, it's
guess.
just scientific and all the other stuff.
I mean, if it's not harmful,
We'll put it this way: what animals are sentient? We know that all vertebrate species are sentient, and allow some groups of birds to develop a structure. Ours are still okay.
right? Like then they
All right.
didn't they do like a kidney transfer from a pig to a human once or something like that, or a heart?
Okay. What animals have a self-consciousness, meaning they know what's going on?
Right. Dolphins.
Apes, elephants, dolphins, magpies, which is a bird, orangutans, blue streak cleaner. There's a fish. What?
Wow.
It's thought to be the first fish
It's
to show signs of
maybe-
self-awareness.
Maybe they don't know shit. I mean,
A mouse? I don't care.
right.
Do whatever the fuck you want to a mouse.
Mouse. Man, I guess if it's something that it's gonna change the world, like an AIDS vaccine or something like that, and you may have to sacrifice a pig. I mean, for the greater good of the human species, right?
I guess it depends. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing to the animal? Are you?
Do you want to try a different shade of makeup that has some sort of chemical on it? We don't know how it reacts with skin. It could be deadly. And then now you're just doing stupid shit like what Fauci was doing with the dogs.
Allegedly. I don't know. It kind of comes off as like
It's hard.
harsh, but I don't really give a shit.
I say there is a means to it to yes, but the good just go carried away, and some scientists is working in a lab with like 4 or 5 other different people, and it's not with the government or anything, and they're just like, let's try this, and it's not really gonna
Like a
affect-
mad scientist type
right,
deal.
it's not even gonna affect anything, and he has a bunch of animals that he's just injecting them shits with or whatever, and no. But it's actually controlled environment with a lot of regulations and rules. Why not? Especially if it saves thousands and millions of people's lives. I mean, how many times has that happened before with the cancer? Not the cancer, but the like the measles vaccine and mumps and all that. Polio. I think they first started it on a monkey.
Well, I think the ultimate comparison is monkeys in space.
Right.
Would you rather try a human out to see if they're going to survive or a monkey? Or an animal or a dog or whatever the hell they've sent up there and not they've come back dead.
I mean, nobody said anything when Doc Brown sent Einstein into the future.
He survived though.
He
So
did.
he was good. Yeah, but what are you going to choose? A human life or I mean there's in today's day and age there's a lot of psychos out there. I'd rather a dog live than a human live because those people
Right.
are fucking fucked in the head and they're psychos, number
Right,
one.
right.
There's no situation in this world that you would rather test on a human if
Right.
it's going to be could potentially be deadly over an animal. I don't care what the animal is.
I think if it's not going to be harmful, when you know it's not going to be harmful, you just have to test it on something. Go ahead and do whatever. But even if it is might potentially be harmful or fatal, then it has to be highly regulated by the science, by CDA, by the CDC and FDA and all that. And I would still allow it. I mean, I would always take an animal being possibly injured than a human being. I mean, sorry. I mean, we do kill cows to eat them. So what's the difference if we're shooting them up with some type of freaking chemical to see how long they live?
Right.
Or we inject them with some sort of disease and we make another antidote for it and we inject them with that and see what happens. I don't see the difference in slaughtering a cow to have for dinner. Or potentially...
animal cruelty. Let's take the animal cruelty.
Right.
Okay, force-feeding chemicals, repeated surgeries, and brain implanting. I mean,
Right,
what,
like
what do they
that.
do? I mean, but brain implanting, you want to make it a good, successful way to successfully get good at brain implants in humans. What is the other way you're going to try?
Okay, are they saying repeated surgeries on the same animal?
I would assume that's what repeated surgeries means. They're also left in cages without painkillers after these procedures. That's a little dickish.
Right. I mean, they got to see how you respond.
Poor predictors of human reaction. Animal testing can be unreliable because of many variables involved, such as different species. Well, right. I mean, it's not going to be 100% to humans, but,
Right, but they
there
get it.
are animals that are closely related to humans.
Pigs and monkeys, or orangutans, or whatever the one that they said a
Right.
bit before.
Not relevant to human health.
Yeah, if it's not relevant to making our life or the world better place, then no. But if it can save all the little starving kids in Africa, then yeah, I would have to say.
So the main reason people, they are subjected to painful and frequently deadly experiences. Well, that's the reason they do it on the animals instead of the humans first.
And then after that, they have humans come in for voluntary trials, which are basically in the next step of testing. So they are actually testing this shit on humans.
Let's see. Animal testing has led to diphtheria, polio, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. They're still tested in animals. A vaccine for Epstein-Barr virus.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Um,
Lymphoma.
Antibiotics are continually discovered and tested in animals. AIDS research in animals. Heart surgery was pioneered by surgeons who operated on the hearts of dogs and other animals.
And
But yeah, why would you not want to do that
Right.
before you're going to do it to a human?
Right.
HIV, life support systems, anti-aging drugs. I don't know if we care about anti-aging
Right,
drugs,
I
but
wouldn't want to do anything like that. But anything that's going to make us healthier and whatever else. I would have to say, I would have to agree to a certain extent.
so there's a lot of successful things that probably would have never went on to humans if it
Right.
wasn't tested on animals
Right.
first.
I mean, it has to be like the ones that we mentioned. Pig, orangutan, or even a mouse for like the antibiotics and all that stuff, because the mice are very close, which is weird. And pigs are even... People don't understand how close pigs are to the... They're like 2 strands of DNA that separate us. It's insane.
Sure about that?
I'm positive. We can check it out.
2 strands.
How close are we to a pig?
What animal is closest to humans? Chimpanzee and the bonobo are the closest living relatives of humans, about 99% of our DNA.
Right.
What the fuck is a bonobo?
I think it's like one of those, kind of like a chimp, right?
It is a
basically-
primate. It's a pygmy chimp. It's a chimp.
Right. How close are pigs? You gotta write that.
85 to 90% estimated. The
For-
statement that a pig shares approximately 99 is not entirely accurate. They share
Yeah.
many similarities, 85 to 90%.
They used to say it was 99%, but 85 to 90%.
Well, I think that's why they switched to pigs, though, is because people were having a fit that it was chimpanzees and
Right.
like monkeys and shit.
Right, because they look so human-like.
But pig, what are you gonna do? You're gonna slaughter them anyways and eat the shit out of them backstraps, baby.
I'm positive that we've had transplants from pigs to humans.
I mean, we do. Even now in heart, like if a valve in your heart needs to get replaced, they use cow valves.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's animal stuff right there.
Right.
Would have never figured that out if we weren't testing on animals.
Right.
I'd say if it's progressing a potentially life-saving research
right.
that you're doing, then yeah, I'm all for it. But if you're just you're trying out your new little fucking Botox injections or plastic surgery or some stupid shit like that doesn't mean anything,
right.
then
Like, this could help if this ever happened, and be like, what's the chances of that? Well, about 99.99999% that it won't ever happen, but you never know. So this guy spends 20 years just murdering and freaking decimating a bunch of animals for nothing.
we don't need no Nazi fucking
Right.
doctors that are literally combining twins and shit. to see if
And
they
it
do
happens a
stuff like
lot.
So yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Animal testing, like I said, is if it's extremely important to advance further medication for a human to survive, then yes. The other out of that experimental shit that's just for cosmetics or something like that, probably
Right.
not. Why?
Or even, yeah,
Test your stupid piece of shit lipstick on
right.
on people. There's idiots out there that are accept $20 for a
They sure
which
do.
happens all the time already.
They sure do, and you can probably even put them in cages if you want. If the whole thing for you is to store them in cages,
I'm sure you pay them $100 more or something, they'll go to a cage without anything.
free room and board. Fuck.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And they'll never get hungry because
Right.
whatever chemicals you're giving them will make them not hungry.
Fucking perfect.
So there you go, animal testing. Only if it's necessary.
Only if it's necessary.